Hello, parents. My name is Mr. Steffler. I'm coming to you from room 111 in the middle school, and I'd like to welcome you to Parent Teacher Conferences on behalf of myself, Miss Pennick, Miss Bedell, and Mr. Booms. As a group, we feel that a team effort between the parents, teachers, and students is the best way to provide a safe educational environment that provides the skills for post-secondary success. The first thing that we really need to hammer down as far as being successful in eighth grade is understanding students who are communicating are the students who are probably the ones who are going to do the best. And so I want to talk about communication between the parent and the student, and communication between the student and the teacher, and communication between the parent and the teacher, so that we're all on the same page trying to get the student to get the most out of their education. First thing I'd like to talk about is the agenda. All four teachers in the eighth grade start their class by displaying an agenda, either on their board or on their projector. It is the student's duty to write down what is on the agenda, and if they don't understand what is the work that's on the agenda, they should ask so that they have an accurate record of what is being done in the classroom. This is very important for a communication tool with the student and the parent. The parents need to look at this agenda and see what kind of work and what kind of subjects their students are studying to kind of keep them up to date on things, and to kind of keep the pressure on so that they won't lax into this, I'm starting to get behind, and then I didn't know what we had to do. We need to be checking and stay vigilant on the agendas to make sure they're getting filled out. It's a requirement every day to fill out an agenda. And sure, there could be a day where there's a substitute or an assembly where an agenda for one class isn't filled out, but you should never look at your student's agenda and see a blank week or blank 2 weeks, or sometimes in some cases a blank month. That should never happen. Agendas are a everyday essential. Students cannot forget their agenda. They need to have it. This is a very, very important tool. The next thing I'd like to talk about is our classroom websites. Our classroom websites, Miss Bedell and I use Edmodo, and Miss Pennick uses a blog called EduBlog. If I were you as a parent, I would also join Edmodo so you can see what updates we're putting on there. And to explain it briefly, Edmodo is kind of like a Facebook where you post a status, and most of the time my status as a social studies teacher is I put my agenda on there so everybody knows what I'm doing that day. And I also post videos like this one before tests and quizzes to help the students know what they're supposed to be learning. So Edmodo is a great tool, especially for a student who's absent. A student who's absent can see what they're doing every day in science and social studies, and this will help so when they come back, they're not getting behind. There's also a way for students to contact the teacher on Edmodo, and you can ask questions, you can get help. I've helped many students on Edmodo, so this is something that I would look into. Students also have studying to do. Many students will say, I don't have any homework, Mom. Well, students have studying to do. 70% of the students' grades are based on tests, quizzes, and other assessments. So even if they don't have like a written worksheet to do, they still need to read their chapter or read materials that are placed on some type of website that they know about, or there are videos that are placed on Edmodo that they need to watch. These things are all part of their educational experience that will help them do better on the assessments. Another great tool that is being used in math and science is MobyMax. So you can ask yourself, have you checked Edmodo? Have you been on MobyMax? Have you been on Miss Pennick's EduBlog? These are questions that you can ask your student to prompt them to study. The next thing is keeping up on their grades. Keeping up on their grades is a very important aspect of the experience, because when students fall behind, it makes it harder and harder for them to catch back up. This is why we offer Parent Portal. And what Parent Portal is a way for you to go onto a website where you can look directly into my grade book, Mr. Boom's grade book, Ms. Pennick's grade book, Ms. Bedell's grade book, and know exactly what each student or what your student got on any type of test. Like, let's say, there's a social studies test on Friday. You know what? Probably by Tuesday, that grade will be in the book. So you don't even have to ask your student what they got on the test. You can see within a week what they got on that test. And if there was a problem with, a homework assignment, getting on that quickly and knowing that they received a 0, maybe they didn't put their name on it. Maybe they lost their assignment. But whatever it is, we got to get on that so it doesn't become this assignment that's a month old. So check Parent Portal often. Check their agendas on a daily basis. And if you have a question and you want a quick response, email us. Getting our email addresses and having frequent communication with the teacher is a great way to stay on top of your students' grades. Remember, here at Clintondale, we are here to provide a safe educational experience that provides skills for post-secondary success. We're getting very close to high school, and the students need to learn the responsibilities of agendas, keeping up on their grades, studying for tests. Real life is coming, and we really need to get these 8th graders on track so they have a successful high school experience. So once again, thank you for coming to parent-teacher conferences. I look forward to meeting with you, and if you have any questions for me or any of my colleagues, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you very much.